Every day, we bring exciting and high potential franchise business from across the industry. Over the last 28 years, Franchise India has proudly helped thousands of investors finding the right business opportunity and successfully start their entrepreneurial journey. Franchise India, as world's largest integrated franchise solution company, our role is to ensure that your investment is safe by taking an informed decision and your journey from an investor to entrepreneur is smooth and successful. The objective of this webinar is to give you a direct connect with the brand founders, the key stakeholders, understand the business opportunity in detail, and openly ask any sort of question which you may have related to franchise, investment, growth, before you take the actual decision. In today's webinar, we will introduce and discuss the business opportunity with world's largest all-female self-defense organization dedicated to empowering women and girls with life-saving safety skills called Strike Back Self-Defense. More than a training company, it is a global movement focused on confidence building, personal safety, and women empowerment. The brand trains and certifies women to become self-defense instructor and franchise owner, enabling them to build meaningful business while creating a safer communities. Its practical and trauma-informed training programs are involved across schools, colleges, corporates, and community groups. With a low investment, high impact franchise model and growing awareness around women's safety, Strikes Back offers a unique opportunity in India in the training and empowerment sector. And to talk more about this, I'm joined by the founder herself. Gulshan is with us today, along with my colleague Manisha Patni, who is the business expansion head for this brand, and Sneha, who's the key account manager for this. But before I invite Gulshan to talk more about the brand and the business and how has been the journey so far, I would like to inform all our viewers that you also have a great opportunity since the founder herself has joined today with us. So in case if you have any questions related to the brand, the business, my request is to please keep on sharing it in the Q&A box, and we will take them up once the presentation is over. Now, I would like to welcome Gulshan Banu, who's the founder of this brand. Let's get started with a little bit of your introduction, and then we will move on to the presentation part. Yeah, over to you, Gulshan.
Thank you. Good morning. Well, it's good morning where I am. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, so a little bit later where you are. So thank you for having me, everybody. My name is Gulshan Banu, and I am the founder and CEO of Strike Back Self-Defense for Women. We are a UK-based company. I am based over here in England, in the UK, and it's great to be working with all our Indian partners over there. A little bit about me. I am a woman. I'm a petite woman. I am 5 foot tall, and that is it. I am a doctor and a pharmacist. And I started my journey with Strike Back almost 15 years ago now. We've been running a very, very long time. As a woman, and I'm reaching out to any of the women on the panel and also the women who are possibly listening in, and any woman across India and really anywhere across the world who's ever been in a place where she's felt unsafe, whether that was at work, traveling back from work, going to work, or even just walking on the street. That was really my story as a doctor. I was unfortunately attacked on my way to work once and once on my way home from work. And I needed to started to look for a way that I could keep myself safe. So I am petite, I'm a mum of 2 boys, and I felt unsafe. And when I started to look around to find a way that I could stay safe, there was nowhere. All the spaces were either mixed spaces with lots of men in there, or they were taught by male instructors. So I went on a journey and I became an instructor for Krav Maga. So Krav Maga is a combat self-defense system. It's set in Israel. The IDF use it. A lot of military systems use it. The Navy SEALs use it in the USA. It's a very hardcore system to learn self-defense skills. And while I was learning this, the more I was learning, the more women around me who were other doctors or pharmacists or worked in the health profession, or just women who I knew, shared their stories about things that had happened to them, places they'd felt unsafe, things that had happened. And I soon realized every woman had a story. It wasn't just my story. Every woman at some place in her life or multiple times in her life had been in a position where she felt unsafe. So I qualified as an instructor on what is actually deemed one of the hardest self-defense courses in the world. I became a black belt, qualified as an instructor, and I opened Strike Back Self-Defense for Women, a place which was a female-only space for women to come and learn self-defense skills. And as we opened the doors and ran our first school here in the UK in Solihull, where I'm based, women from across the world started hearing about what we were doing and reached out and shared their stories and said how they wanted to be involved. They wanted to learn self-defense skills. They wanted themselves to learn, they wanted their daughters to learn, they wanted their nieces to learn. Every female I spoke to said how important this was for her and for them to learn. So we started franchising and qualifying our own instructors across the world so that other women could learn to be safe. So women could teach this in their own communities because globally, violence against women and girls we know is a problem. In India, we know it's a huge problem. In Australia, in USA, it doesn't matter which corner of the world we go in. Violence against women and girls is at the forefront of every female then when she walks out of her door. Will I be safe? And what will happen when I go on public transport or when I am out and about? So it's not an unusual story for women, and I'm sure most men who have female partners or daughters will understand that feeling too. So what we are in effect providing is a service for women and girls across the world to learn how to be safe and learn those skills. So that is a little bit about my story. We started 15 years ago, and now and I'll share on the presentation, we are a global organization teaching women and girls across the world how to be safe.
Fantastic. Let's get started with the presentation which we have.
So let me just share this. Is that giving you full screen? Yeah?
Not yet.
Not yet. Have you not got full screen on that bar? Is it not showing you full
No,
screen?
we'll have to start. I mean, you need to click on the share button, right? And then select the screen you want to share.
Okay, one sec. Is that sharing it with you now?
No,
No, okay, just one second. I'm just going to
no
finish that.
problem. It's okay. It's okay.
Let me come back to share. There we go. That should do it.
Yeah,
Okay,
seems like
perfect.
it's uploading now. Yeah. You click on that button.
Cool.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So this is who we are, Strike Back Self-Defense. For us, we're not just a business. We are a movement. We are a global movement designed to help women stay safe. And for yourselves as investors, it's not just a business. It's a business that saves lives. So for us, we're not only just a business, we're a mission and a business put together. And that for us makes us different. We are now the world's largest all-female self-defense organization, born from lived experience of one woman, which was me, and now created for global impact to keep women and girls safe everywhere. I am Gulshan Bana. I'm a pharmacist, doctor, and one of the very few female KMG certified Krav Maga instructors in the world. Born from a place where there were no only women only spaces that respected cultural and trauma informed training. So I started it myself and began this in the West Midlands in the UK. What began as one class is now global, and we are in multiple countries. We're in 7 countries across the world with 15 active franchises. In fact, we only started franchising a year and a half ago, so just under 2 years. And under those 2 years, we've now had 15 franchises and 7 countries operation. But also now 35, actually that number's wrong, we're now 40 instructors globally across the world. In January 2026, earlier this year, we were on BBC Dragon's Den and secured an investment of £25,000 from a female dragon. That launched us across millions of viewers and gave us visibility overnight as a national and international brand. Awards wise, we've won multiple awards for the work that we do. We have an accredited curriculum and lots of different variations that I'm going to bring into this. But ultimately, we're a purpose driven brand. We're a brand with a mission and out to create global impact. For us, the vision is we will have one female self-defense instructor in every major city across the world. That is the vision and the mission. We believe violence against women and girls is such a deep-rooted problem that until we don't have female instructors everywhere, women and girls will never be safe. For years, governments have promised and movements have started to keep women safe, and all of those have failed. So for us, what we are doing is making the change and creating a change across the world. Ultimately, our mission is to equip women and girls with life-saving skills. So we are not talking about martial arts. We use martial arts as a basis of what we teach, but what we've combined it together is what we call realistic skills. So for women and girls, for real threats from things like on the street, if somebody grabs you, if somebody harasses you, somebody pulls you, somebody grabs you from behind, all the solutions that women and girls are looking for that they face on an everyday, day-to-day basis. So, and that was what makes us different from martial arts. We don't learn patterns for the sake of patterns. We don't do belts. We don't do badges. We just teach realistic skills. And for most women and girls, when you talk to them about what they want to do, they just want to be safe. They don't want to necessarily be a black belt. They just want to know that if I am in a position where somebody's following me home, or somebody is at my car, or somebody's on public transport and harassing me, what can I do to make me safe? And that for across the world is all most women and girls care about. And that is exactly what we teach. So we empower women and girls, we certify instructors, and we show you how to scale that as a business so that you can run this in your own spaces and towns. So as our story goes, it is my own personal experience, and 15 years later, we've created this curriculum that I have written myself. It is in fact the only curriculum of its kind in the world, written by a woman for women. We have got it certified here in the UK, and that is what we use as our CPD certification. So founded by me and now built internationally from where we go. So here we are, starting in 2020. It actually started way back in 2011 when we first started. By 2019, it was ramping up and we were getting more and more interest in what we were doing. In 2021, we certified our first instructors, and in 2022, we started expansion across the UK. Very quickly, we grew across Europe, UK, and Ireland. And in 2023, we started our international reach and our international journey. Last year in 2024, 2 years ago, we started our USA entry. We now have 2 schools in the USA. And in 2025, we got global recognition for what we are doing. So I'm just going to forward through that. So what do we teach? So this is the crux of what we do. We teach skills that are practical and life-saving. These are simple skills that every female can learn. I teach it, I am the founder and trainer at the moment. We will add in into India, train the trainers. But at the moment, it is all taught by me. Simple self-defense skills for women that come along to learn this, or even as franchisors, as a male franchisor, we will look for female trainers for you. This needs to be taught at grassroots levels by female trainers. Most women across India do not want to learn by a male trainer. They want to learn from a female. And most family members, if that is your husband or your father, whoever is in charge of that household, want their women or daughters or wives to learn from female trainers. And that is our USP. We will always remain as female trainers only. And that is where across India it will make that impact. There are lots of martial arts schools across India, but they're taught by male instructors. And for a woman who's been through trauma or who's been through an incident, she doesn't want to learn with a male instructor. She wants to learn with a female instructor and in an environment where there's other women around her. So culturally it respects what we're doing. Religiously it respects, especially in India, the cultural appropriations of having a female-only space. And creating those female-only spaces is absolutely key and pivotal to the success of these franchisees. We teach verbal de-escalation, asserting boundaries, communication, setting those boundaries, using your voice and body language and what that looks like. And teaching this to girls from a young age so they have those skills as they grow up is absolutely key to what we're doing. 100% there's physical self-defense in there as well. We will teach you how to hit, how to kick. We will teach you all the skills you need that if you are in a physical fight, how you can escape and get yourself safe. For our trainers, we have ongoing training. So we will do ongoing training on Zoom with them, no matter where you are in the world, even if we're back here in the UK. So the instructors get continual updated training. In terms of how you're teaching this or your trainers will teach this, there's lots of different ways, and I have another slide I'll go through. But there's subscription classes, there's corporate workshops, school programs, and there's kids workshops that we're bringing and introducing as well. But it gives you kind of an overall view of all our different training modes that we do. So from day one, as a franchisor, you get everything that is needed. We come in as a very low cost franchise. And when we look at the figures, you'll see that yourself. There is no hidden cost and there's no additional cost. And that makes this a very, very attractive franchise. Things like pads, uniforms, curriculum materials are very easy to source. We will provide all the curriculum materials. We will provide an instructor portal on our database that we will hand over to you for India for when you teach this. So it has everything you need on it to launch this as a business. All the templates, the graphics, the outreach, everything you need from day one to run this as a franchise is given to you. There's additional things like safety equipment, which are very easy to source, and we'll give you a list of what's needed. But in its basic term, once your instructor is trained, there's very little else that is needed. We have two models. One is where you don't even need a space. The other one is if you want to have a space. But as a general rule, we tap into what is available to you already. So schools already have spaces, universities have spaces, colleges have spaces. Everywhere this needs to be taught, the overheads are kept low because we use what is available to you already. Across the UK and now globally, I've got won multiple awards and are recognised as the leading business in this. There is nobody doing this as we are doing it as a female-only space. And now, as the world's largest all-female self-defense organisation, you have that credibility when you have one of our franchises that this is who you are with and this is who you are aligned with. So I'm going to just go over and I may ask Manisha to jump in on this on our franchise approach and our franchisee proposal. So we're using what is our preferred method, which is the FOFO model, where you've got the brand guidelines are all given to you. The investment, ownership, operations and revenue are all down to you as a franchisee. But we will give you all the tech, everything else you need to grow this. There's a platform that is built already, which has extensive training on it. It has videos on it. It has all your brand assets on it. It has everything on it that you need. Manisha, did you want to come in on anything on here?
No, I think you can maybe do the presentation. We can discuss on the financials at the later part.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you. So we've got two models. Mission remains the same. The training remains the same. Everything remains the same. Just as an overview, and I'll come back to this if Manisha wants me to. The total investment remains very, very low because we keep our overheads low. Once you are qualified and your instructor's qualification is included in your franchise price. So there's no additional cost. That is the total investment you are looking at. There is no additional cost over and above that. Unless you want an area where you have the setup and you have a space, we encourage you to use spaces that are available already, and it keeps your costs very, very low. It then ensures that you've got a very rapid return on your investment, keeping your costs low on that. So your fee is a basic fee. There's a launch marketing fee. There's a small fee for boxing and equipment and your registration fee, and that is it. That is your total fee, included everything in there. There is no additional overheads except what you'll pay your trainer per hourly basis. So we keep the costs very, very low. So who are we looking for with trainers for Strike Back? So as a franchisor, if you don't want to be the trainer, you're not a female, we're looking for anybody as a female who is looking to work with you to encourage women and to be able to teach this. So there may be fitness professionals already. There may already be a PT or a gym owner or somebody who is a fitness coach and already is running classes and workshops and wants to add a revenue stream to what they're doing. Teachers, school staff, educational professionals who understand on the ground why this is important for women and girls in their schools are more than happy to take this up. Lots of our current instructors are teachers already. Social workers, support staff, anybody working in the domestic violence environment in India. We know when we've spoken on the ground about this, one of the biggest things that women and girls or women that come on as trainers have said to us is the simplicity of learning this makes it very easy to teach. So for the average woman who's not got any martial arts background at all, I will train them how to go and teach this. We keep it very, very simple, so it makes it very accessible. And that is really the root of the success of how we've managed to grow so quickly, is because it is kept very, very simple. So community leaders, entrepreneurs, anybody also looking for a career change, women who want to start a new business, who want to start something new, it's a perfect opportunity to work in an all-female environment. Why Strike Back is a proven model with 15 franchises across the world already. We know it can scale very, very quickly because A, the cost is low, the training is simple, and the delivery is very, very simple. The overheads are kept low. You can deliver this in the community, in schools, colleges, universities, workplaces, subscription classes. There's lots of different ways to deliver it. You get our full support. We have an onboarding module, a 90-day onboarding, and then a 1-year growth strategy and a roadmap that we will lead you through so that you can grow this in the ground where you are. We do monthly Zoom calls for our instructors and one-to-one mentorship as well to help you with the growth. Our training is accredited. It's the first and most unique of its kind in the world. There is nobody else doing this across the world. We have a curriculum that is written by a woman for women, so it completely reaches out to the market that we're targeting. An international brand. We're now in 7 countries across the world. We have done Dragon's Den exposure and press coverage and awards across the world. And it's a growing market. We know violence against women and girls is a huge market. It's whether we look at the Me Too movement or every female that is across India, and you have multiple cases which have highlighted why this is so, so important across India. When we were at the expo in Delhi, everybody we spoke to, every female we spoke to at the tip of her tongue was, this is so needed. So we know we're entering a market where this is absolutely, it's a market waiting open for somebody to step in and take this up. And absolutely, it's profit, but it's also a purpose. So anybody looking for a brand with a purpose and a mission and knows they are making a difference, that's where we absolutely come in. And it creates an amazing sisterhood of women coming together to learn how to stay safe, sharing their stories in safe spaces. That community is what keeps women coming back again and again and again. And this is from an emotional part. Women thrive on community. Women want to be with other women. They want to engage with other women, and they want to have that community feeling. And we know from our global growth that is one of our biggest strengths, bringing women together to learn in that environment. So from interest to agreement, I'll let Manisha go over that. So I'm just going to skip over that slide. So our investor case versus the mission case, because we are a mission-driven business, and it is one of the core values of why we are doing what we are doing. Absolutely, from a business, there's a huge return on your investment if you are looking at it purely from a business perspective. We have the 2 models that we use, and they are absolutely, it's groundbreaking in the sense there is nobody doing this in the franchise industry the way we are doing it. And female self-defense has never been taught this way at all. You have your fixed model, you have the asset light model, multiple revenue streams across the board on how to earn and get your investment back, proven globally and validated across the world. From a mission perspective, we know we change lives. We save women and girls' lives, and it changes lives across the board. It's taught in a way that nobody else is teaching it, and I'll reiterate that again and again. We are the world class in what we are doing. There is nobody else doing it. We're government aligned. Even at the Delhi show, we had so many people saying that this so needs to be aligned with schools and government programs, what we are doing. It's an untapped community. There are simply too many male-led classes and male instructors. We come in as the female founders in this, and it changes people's perception of what women's self-defense looks like. And it's a legacy. We change lives. We know the women and the girls that will come after us for women and girls. It changes their perception of how they can stay safe, giving them confidence and empowering them. So beyond that, we are not just a business. I'm just going to skip on to next slide. So what's your opportunity? Absolutely. We tackle this from three aspects when we teach this and we go globally with this. There's the women's fitness, the women's safety, and the school and corporate. Women's fitness is a growing market in India. We know that. It's got a huge market value. More and more women, as they are going out to work, are becoming more and more independent, want to be fitter, want to be seen to be fitter, want to look fitter. So absolutely from the women's fitness perspective, this gets you fitter. But at the same time, not only getting fitter, also learning these essential skills is a huge part of the market that's untapped at the moment. There are lots of gyms which offer, whether it's core classes or spin classes or yoga classes. Nobody's offering women's self-defense classes in this perspective. So bringing this into gyms and fitness as a founder or bringing it in as an initial partner gives you the market absolutely open to you to grow this. Women's safety, we know these are just the crimes reported in India. We know there's so many that aren't reported because it's one of those subjects that is not talked about openly. Whether it's considered culturally inappropriate, it's brushed under the carpet, but every female at her core knows that this is a problem. And every female at her core, if you ask her honestly, absolutely, if we're given the opportunity to learn how to keep herself safe, would snap this up. And we know that is a complete fact. And this is where you come in as a franchisor or as an investor and be able to provide that. It's an untapped market completely. The school market is huge. When we had quite a few teachers come to us in the Delhi show saying that they want to roll this out into their schools. So we know schools are ready for this and have the funding from parents to pay for classes in this. So schools will be a huge market in India for this. From what my research was, there was only 39 women-only gyms. This is absolutely right to open this as a space for that place where we can bring women PTs together to teach this in their gyms. So absolutely, the gym market, the corporate, and currently as it stands, there is zero competition in what we are doing. There is no competitors on the market. So when we look at other franchises, whether it's the coffee shops, the cafes, the burger joints, and there is competition. Right now, there is no competition in what we are doing because it's the first of its kind. As students, so who will your students be with this? Schoolgirls, absolutely. It's one of our absolute prime targets. It's one of our most growing markets across the USA and the UK. Schoolgirls need to be safe. Their parents want them to be safe. Their guardians want them to be safe. They want to be safe. So it's an absolute open market. Women who are at college and university, we know in colleges and university, harassment against women is absolutely on the ground, happening all the time. So when we talk about taking this into universities and colleges, we know women at these, and not just the students, but also the professors and the instructors and the lecturers, for them, this is absolutely key point. If they are living away from home on campus, needing to be safe is absolutely pivotal to them. Working professionals, more and more women are working late in male-dominated environments, whether it's going through the office block or whether it's trying to find a taxi at the end of the night late at home. Being able to be safe is absolutely fundamental to them. Mothers and homemakers, this is a great one. So homeschoolers or women who are going their day-to-day life, whether it's going shopping or bazaars, again, they are absolutely in that market where they are hassled or harassed and they want to be safe. In cultural communities, so there's Manisha, I'm just going to get you to come in here. What's the word you use that you have in the community spaces?
Residential area? What you're
Residential areas,
saying?
that's one, thank you. So that's something new to me. It's not something we have in the UK, but absolutely in your residential areas within the communities themselves, which are already set up, and maybe they use them for yoga or Zumba or those spaces already. Those spaces are ready to go for those residential communities to be able to use this. Women who are continually already into fitness and as I was driving, we were driving through Delhi, I saw so many gyms which were advertising women's fitness. So women as a general across India already are into fitness or into yoga, want to look good, want to feel good. And being able to add women's self-defense into that is a huge part of that market. Currently, women who are already survivors of violence, so whether it's NGOs or domestic violence shelters or safe houses you have already, being able to take this to them to keep them safe. And one of our biggest markets across the US are our VIP and executive clients. So these are high net worth women or women who are wives of high net worth clients. Being able to teach them female self defense skills is really, really important. And you can do that in one to one, private groups, or even online in Zoom settings. And that is a huge return on your investment when you have those clients. So revenue streams, I've mentioned some already. Just going through that, your subscription classes, running multiple classes over a week. So typically we would have around 15 to 20 students in one class, and that's for 1 hour a week. Can run 3 to 4 of those in a week, each of those bringing in their own independent revenue. It works scalably because it works on numbers. The more women you have in a class, the more revenue you're bringing in from each 1 hour class. So the subscription model is one of our biggest success stories across the world when we teach this. Here in the United Kingdom, we have multiple classes running in the morning and in the afternoon and in the evening. And each of those brings in their own independent revenue stream. So there's a huge scope there. As I've said already, schools and colleges linking this into schools and college safety programs. Universities is a huge part of what we teach here in the UK. Corporate workshops, the well-being space in corporate workshops. Corporates, work here with Google. We've worked here with Johnson and Johnson. We worked here with Warner Brothers Studios, the filming studios. Big corporates have females who work with them, and one of the biggest asks from females in those corporates is we don't feel safe when we travel to work or home from work. And these corporates have the investment to be able to invest in your program to keep their women safe and keep female employees safe. So corporates is a huge part of our market. Your one-to-one private clients or high net worth clients, absolutely tap into those. Small group programs, so smaller programs, you may have a family which has lots of girls or daughters and they want them all to learn together. Traveling to their home and being able to teach this in their own home is a huge part of what we do across the USA. If you have a family which has 10 or 11 women in there and the head of the household, or if there's a male member, say, I want all of the girls know how to be safe. You take this into their homes or into a place which is safe and teach this as small group programs to them. Zoom and online, this makes it very, very scalable. If you or your instructor wants to teach this from their own home, we will show you how to set it up as a Zoom workshop. So then it opens the territory up to you being able to teach. Nobody needs to leave their home. They can have their cameras off, but they can still learn these skills. And it's very much doable online. So your VIP clients I've spoken about already. Instructor training. As your franchise grows, you will find if you need to run 5 or 6 classes in a week, you will need more than one instructor. So your instructor platform and the number of instructors you employ grows. The more instructors you have, obviously, the more classes you can run, the more clients you can attract, the more money and the more return you get on your investment. So that makes it scalable very, very, very quickly. So that is us. That is us in a nutshell. A scalable model which works, and we have the proven facilities to do that. And growing across the world. Currently, we are in Australia, in the US. We have a school in Canada, across the UK, Belgium, Abu Dhabi, and Ireland as well, and now coming to India. We did just launch in Mongolia, and we're looking further afield from that. Growing very, very quickly in India. This is the time to get in. The Indian market is absolutely ready for this, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Gulshan. Can we go back to the page where we see the information about the investment? Yeah,
This one?
this one. Yeah. Keep it here. Right. So thanks so much, Gulshan, for the detailed presentation. I mean, in case if anyone, we are on the same page now where you can see the overall investment, right, for both the two models. My request is to please look into it carefully. And in case if you would like to get in touch with us, Manisha can help you further, deep dive to understand the business all about. But in case if you look into this opportunity in India, I think if we look in India's opportunity today, I think women's safety and the empowerment have become extremely important topics. More women are pursuing higher education, joining the workforce, traveling independently, and starting their own businesses. As a result, the demand for professional self-defense training is growing rapidly. What makes Strikes Back unique is that it is just not a training business, it is a social impact business. The brand works at the intersection of education and the the skill development and the woman empowerment. Today, school, colleges, corporate, residential societies, NGOs, and even government bodies are actively looking for a structured self-defense program for women and girls. From an investor's perspective, I think this creates a multiple revenue opportunities while also allowing you to contribute to a meaningful cause with a relatively low investment and a quick payback potential and a very limited organized competition in the same space. I think Strikes Back has a strong expansion potential not only in metro cities but also tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities market. um, to put it simply, I mean, you're just not investing in a business, you are investing in a movement that makes communities safer while building a sustainable and profitable enterprise. So, in case if you would like to know more about this brand or you would like to go for this brand, I think you can get in touch with Manisha. Okay, so let me just take the question.
Yeah, hi, Bharat. I would just like to maybe, sorry,
In
I
case
would
if you
just
would
like
like to
to
take the
explain.
questions, please.
Yes, yes. I would
Yeah.
just like to explain the financial models once I feel. So, hi everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Manisha. So, we have two models over here. One where we do not need any kind of space, as mentioned by Gulshan, where our target market would be we go to the schools, we go to the universities, we do one-on-one sessions. Maybe we do group sessions, we do Zoom sessions, or we are doing sessions in the residential area where we take 4 5 females together, and where we are giving them training. We can do tie-ups with the gyms, we can do the trainings in the gyms. So no area as such is required for this. Overall, the investment for, we are looking for basically females who are into this industry or not from the industry, but looking to become an entrepreneur, and who where you can work as per your own availability, your own timings, your own as per your own availability. There is no restriction that you have to work 10 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours in a day. Most of the sessions, if you will do in the schools, which would be done in the morning hours schools, then universities would also be covered in the morning sessions only. One-on-one sessions can be done in the afternoon or in the evening timings, where one trainer itself can take 5 to 6 sessions in one day itself, where two sessions maybe they can do two. Generally one session, the tenure for a session is 60 minutes to 60 minutes to 90 minutes sessions is what is there. And where one trainer is going to a school, doing training for the females. Maybe two sessions in a school they can do in one day, one session they can do in a university, then in the afternoon they can do one-on-one session, or a Zoom sessions. In the evening they can do sessions in the evening. So one trainer simply in one day, if we talk about, they can do multiple sessions of around 5 to 6 sessions in one day itself. And these classes, what we are talking about, these sessions are done on the weekly basis. So for example, if you are going to a school, you are giving a training to one batch, it would be 1 week, and then next week you are going again. Maybe Monday you are catering group. On Tuesday you can get another group in the same school or some different school. So you have a lot of flexibility as per your timings and everything, how which market you want to cover, which schools you want to cover. And the investment overall, if we are talking about this kind of model, is also not required, is not much. Where we are talking about is 8.5 lakh is a franchise fees. Launch event, what we generally do for the marketing is 1 lakh rupees, and 50,000 on an average is the cost for the equipments. So overall investment comes down to 10 lakh rupees. And on the other side, where we are thinking that we will maybe if someone already have a space, or if someone wants to take the space on the lease, the minimum area required for this kind of trainings is 500 square feet area. And generally these sessions, if you hire, if you take a space separately, these sessions would be done either in the afternoon or in the evening timing, where one trainer can do a session of 20 people at one, 15 to 20 people, girls or females, in one session. And they can do 2 to 3 sessions in the afternoon itself, starting from maybe 3 p.m. onwards or 4 p.m. onwards. And this also, the franchise fees is 8.5 lakh. The launch for the marketing is same, 1 lakh rupees. The equipment cost is almost also similar, which is 50,000 rupees. The office setup, the cost for the setup of the office is around 3 lakhs. So overall, the investment comes down is 13 lakh rupees if someone is planning to do it in a space. So the option is yours. It's completely up to you. We basically have a lot of options. One trainer have a lot of options to work as per their own flexibility, own timings. And this is, I think, in India, especially keeping the current situation in market, this is going to be a good brand where we can cater good number of females who need safety. And yes, now coming to the questions. So Bharat, I think you can take one question at a time, and then Gulshan or I can answer these questions. Coming to the royalty parts, yes, royalty over here would be 35,000 is the minimum per month, or 10%, whichever is higher. So this is what our model is for the initial first month. We year, we understand any business takes time. So initially in the first year it would be 35,000 or 10%, whichever is higher. From second year onwards it would be 50,000 or 10%, whichever is higher. This is the royalty structure going to be. Over to you, Bharat.
Right. There is also a question like, what would I get extra in case if I become the first franchise of this brand? Well, we can discuss this, PK. I mean, the best is that you can have a word with Manisha, and Manisha is going to help you further. I'm not sure what extra support, but yes, of course. I mean, being the brand, of course, we are going to be there to support in terms of everything. Just don't worry. So my only request is to
Yeah,
please get in
Bharat,
touch with
sorry.
Manisha, and she's going to. Yeah.
Yes, yes. But I
Yeah, go
just
ahead,
want to
please.
highlight one thing in case, like he's asking the extra support. So, in we I think have missed on one point, that we like Gulshan herself gives the training, which would be to all the trainers, all the franchise partners. She would be giving the training, which would be for 4 days. Physical training would be given by her, and then followed by the Zoom session to upgrade their skills. So this is a training given to all our franchise partners who, and we are looking for female entrepreneurs only. We are looking for people, maybe male entrepreneur can do the investment, but the training, management, everything to be managed by the female itself.
Correct. Right. Also, I mean, there's a question. I'm not sure if Gulshan can help us understand with that. How is the franchise fee like 8.5 lakh is justified?
How is it justified?
Yes.
How okay, Manisha, help me out on that. When you ask for justification in terms of the training you're getting, the brand you're using as a global brand. We're the world's largest female self-defense organization. As a franchise fee, first and foremost, I'm going to say that's actually very low. In the UK and USA, our price is double that. So already in India, you'll get coming in at a very low investment. We currently sell the franchise in the UK and across the USA at almost $20,000. So in India, as an entry fee or for the market, that's actually low. So you're using our brand visibility. You've got 15 years of experience of me as a trainer and a proven model. So I'm not sure how much more I can justify that fee or why the fee needs justifying any more than a burger joint or a pizza. Would you question that? It's a very interesting question asking for a justification on a brand.
Right. I mean, you see, you also become a part of the world's largest all-female self-defense organization, right? Which is dedicatedly
Absolutely.
for the female.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, this is just not a franchise run a business. It is a contribution to creating self communities, safer communities, and while generating a sustainable income. I mean, the brand trains and certifies all the women to become a self defense instructor. Right. And also you get a lot of multiple revenues stream. Like, program can be delivered to schools, the colleges, the corporates, the residential societies, the NGOs, the community groups, etc. So, I mean, you really get a lot of other revenue streams to earn the money. And also it is, I mean, among the lowest investment, right? So, of course, 8.5 is absolutely justifiable, right? Uh, all right. So there's another question would like to take, though she's already, answered. How long you have been into this market? How many franchise, centers you have, and how is their performance?
Cool. So as Strikeback, we've been doing this 15 years, so a long time. In the market as a franchisor, we've been franchising for the last 2 years. We're 15 franchises globally. So the performance absolutely depending on the area you're in, obviously the bigger cities or you're somewhere like Delhi or Mumbai, you've got a higher concentration of people. Obviously, those sort of cities, your revenue stream is going to be much, much bigger. It's absolutely the visibility is huge in this. Once you get visible and start talking about what you are doing, the students come because there's a market for it, because there's a gap in the market for it. And like any business that you start, if you start a new gym and it's a female only gym, if there is a gap in the market, the revenue comes. You're providing a service that is needed. It's as simple as that. The logistics just works. Providing a service that women want, if there's a gap in the market and nobody is doing it, you're filling that gap, so the revenue comes. Across the board, our franchisees that work across the UK or Ireland or USA, hugely successful. So bringing our figures are different in the USA and UK. Our figures are actually higher than they are in India because just the currency, the way the currency works. But yeah, hugely successful on those. So typically a turnover here in the UK would be between 60,000 to 80,000 pounds a year. So if I turn that into rupees, Bharat, you do some maths for me. So if I do rupees, so typically here, if I say 70,000 pounds a year for,
Mhm.
that gives me 9 million rupees.
Around 7 to 8 lakhs.
No, it's more than that, isn't it? 9 million is a million a crore?
Okay, yes. Right.
Yeah. So our figures here, because we're established and the businesses have been going a year in, are earning around 70,000 pounds a year. So 70,000 pounds converted to rupees is about 8 to 9 crore a year.
Right. So, Manisha, do we also have like the fee? How much of fee we have decided for this for the learners?
Uh,
So the
What?
prices we're
uh,
setting, yeah.
Yes.
So in the subscription model, Manisha, when we were looking at the residential, we were looking at 2,000 rupees a month per person, weren't we?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So typically for an hour's class, 2,000 per person. If you have 20 in that class, that's 40,000 just from that one class. And if you're running multiple classes throughout the day or throughout the week, then you multiply that. So if you've got 6 classes, each running at 20, say 40,000, that's just over two, do the maths for me. But you're running, each subscription person will pay 2,000 rupees per
Mhm.
person. 20 in a class, that's 40,000 per class. You've got 6 classes, do the math. So because the scalability is on the numbers you're getting in the class, it multiplies very, very quickly.
Correct. And also, how much is the operating cost, by the way? How much we have decided to pay to the trainer? Do we have any, I mean, idea about it?
So Bharat, we are looking for partners who themselves can become a trainer.
All
There
right.
is no
Okay.
additional cost involved in this. We are looking for female who themselves want to become a trainer and give training.
All
There is
right.
that, but Manish, I'm going to say if there's a male investor bringing on a
Yes,
female
in
trainer, I
that
think
case.
yeah, yeah, it's a possibility. We don't want to offset any male investors who can bring a female trainer or we source a female trainer for them, a woman in the community who wants to work. I think they were looking at 60,000 rupees for a monthly fees that we were that was discussed.
Yes, yes, right.
No, perfect. That absolutely makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
but that model, yes, can a male can do the investment for one single unit also, or if someone, if some investor is looking to take up a city or a area or a state rights also, like for example Delhi NCR altogether, or maybe Punjab altogether, so that option is also available. That maybe we can connect with the investors who are interested in on one-on-one call after the webinar, and we can discuss on the commercials. Because these commercials are as per the city, as per the state, so that we can do a one-on-one discussion with them.
Right. Let's take the last question. That is, please explain on area exclusivity for franchise owners. Manisha,
Yeah,
will there
so
be
area
any
exclusive, yeah. So area exclusivity, like if we are making one partner, we are giving one franchise in Delhi NCR, of course, see, one person would not be enough. Maybe we can have 3 to 4 solo partners for Delhi NCR. But yes, as the area rights, if someone is willing to take the area rights, then they can have a group of trainers under them
Yeah.
who would all be trained by Gulshan herself. And it depends on the city, which city we are targeting. For example, if we are targeting a city like Punjab, maybe 3 to 4 trainers would be enough. But if we are targeting a city like Mumbai, maybe we might Maharashtra, sorry, then maybe we might need 6 to 7 trainers. In Delhi NCR, we might need 6 to 7 trainers. So it actually depends how, which city, which state we are targeting, and then the area model, the trainers would be hired according to that.
All right, hope that answers your question, but I still believe that, I mean, just 1 hour is not good enough time to explain everything, right? We, of course, we understand that you must have a lot of other questions that you would like to ask from us. So my request is to please get in touch with us, with Manisha. Manisha, please share your number in the chat box. So you please get in touch with Manisha, and Manisha is going to help you understand further about, other questions that you may have related to the franchise and other the franchisee related questions. So I think that would be the best idea. I mean, let's get back let's connect separately and can get where you can get all the answers. Yep. So I think that's it for the day. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, giving us almost an hour for to understand this business all about. Right. It is indeed a great opportunity. In case if you want, you can get in touch with Manisha and Gulshan. Thank you so much for joining us. I understand that it is early in the morning there, but you managed to join this. Thank you so much. I really
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
for having
And
me. Thank you.
yes, and it is indeed a great, not only a business, but also a lot of things to contribute to overall society. So that is what is all about the business. I think that's it. So see you tomorrow once again with a new brand, and we'll explore another business opportunity. Till then, take care. Have a nice day ahead.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.